Ciao, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday, happy Mercury day, and happy final day of Virgo season. Today is one of my favorite Virgos on the planet's birthday, my best friend Leah. She is one of the strongest, most badass people I know, and she happens to share her birthday with some other pretty badass people, most notably Bill Murray, but also Stephen King. Two different spectrums of the Virgo scale, right? Also, Shinzo Abe, I believe he's the Japanese prime minister. Jason Derulo is a Virgo. Who knew? Also, September 22nd, September 23rd is usually the cutoff. So our 21st Virgos are almost always Virgos, and there's quite a few of them. Wow, Leonard Cohen, Luke Wilson, Faith Hill, Maggie Grace, Nicole Richie. They just keep on coming. Abby Lee Miller. Wow, Cheryl Hines. Dave Coulier from Full House, Alfonso Ribeiro. I'm like shocked by how many Wale keep coming up. September 21st is a very popular birthday. Who knew? But none of them hold a candle to my best friend. I promise you that. I won't get into why, but I'm sure I'll post about her on Instagram today. So come follow me over there. Anyway, we're doing a quick version of the transits today because I am off frolicking around Italy, but I love this community and I want to make sure you have the guidance you look for each morning here. So without further ado, let's get into it. The sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Leo today. So this is the final day of Virgo season. The moon is coming back around, but we won't quite have another new moon moment until Saturday. So we're going to be talking all about the Leo moon today. That's all that's going on. The transits start picking back up when it comes to major planetary connections again tomorrow. Let's get into it. It's the waning crescent moon in Leo. And as we discussed yesterday, the best way to lean into this energy is to surrender through play. Let our inner child out to be expressed. Be creative, be free, let your hair down, have some fun. We're going to be talking a lot about the inner child today, actually. So if you're not already tapped into the little version of you, today is a beautiful day to do it, especially because we've got a lot of transits playing out this evening. Actually, the moon is really quiet for most of the day today until about 6 p.m. Pacific time. And let me show you the chart. Let's pull it up and see what's going on here. It's a little early in the day, so I'm going to jump ahead about 6 hours so you can really see these transits starting to play out. First and foremost, the moon in Leo is forming a trine to Chiron in Aries. You can see that over here. So this is why I say we're going to be talking a lot about the inner child. The Leo moon brings out our inner child, brings emotional awareness to our inner child. Chiron in Aries has been all about healing inner child wounding for quite a while now, over a year now. So this is really a potent opportunity through play, through fun, to let your inner child be healed. And sometimes simply letting it out, to letting him or her out to fully be expressed can be healing in itself, letting ourselves play. And if you're noticing resistance to play, how is holding yourself back keeping you from truly experiencing joy? That's where the healing is. That's where the magic is. Now, another pivotal transit, if you will, the moon is squaring the north and south node right around the same time. So you can look on our chart here and see the moon in Leo. We'll jump ahead an hour so you can really see what we're talking about here. Let's see if we can get that T-square to pop up right now. Leo moon, we'll get it over to 15 degrees. I don't know if it's going to pop up, but you get the idea. Square north node, square south node. Anytime we have the moon squaring the north and south node, and this happens twice a month, it's kind of this emotional turning point. And we're not quite aligned with our past, but we're not quite aligned with our future. We're stuck right in the middle. And with all this talk about the inner child, this is a really great time to see where you're not aligned with the past version of yourself and where you're not aligned with the future version of yourself. That's where this turning point can occur. And so, as we shed the layers of who we used to be, we make space for the next version of who we're becoming. This is a time to find wiggle room in the process. And again, play is your friend today. The final transit we're talking about is a sextile between the moon and Mars, 10 p.m. Pacific time. So as I mentioned, the moon is quiet for most of the day in Pacific time. It doesn't really start making a lot of connections until late tonight. With the moon and Mars in this nice supportive angle, and are we seeing that on our chart? Let's see. The moon over here, Mars at 16 degrees. You see that supportive angle starting to play out. Well, we can get a late night surge of energy. It's like we waited all day for the moon to make connections, and then it decides to connect with Mars at 10 p.m. Okay, Leo moon, we see you. But if you're feeling any stagnant energy, moving your body, even doing some jumping jacks, shaking it out, a little late night workout, silly play, dance, those are all great ways to continue that releasing process and get that surge of energy or tension out before you fall asleep. So late night play, late night movement, definitely favored today. Let's return to our affirmation of the day, and that is, I honor my inner child. We've been talking so much about the inner child. It just makes sense that this is our affirmation of the day. So noticing when your inner child wants to come out to play, are you stopping him or her from being able to come out? Remember that you are your inner adult too. You can create a safe space for your inner child to be expressed. And remember, Saturn is still squaring Uranus right now. We talked about this a lot last week. And on a day like today, it might be an opportunity to really feel into that background energy. So you might be reviewing lessons you've learned over the past year or so. And this is a good time to ask, do I feel safe to be fully expressed? That's what the Leo moon wants us to do, is to be expressed, to have fun, to be free, and to be proud of who we're becoming. So is there anything in your life that's holding you back from being the proudest, most bold, authentic version of yourself? This is a day to let that stuff, let whatever's holding you back be released so you can be the truest, most fierce version of you. All right, if you're joining me live or if you're finding this video later, let's go ahead and take a deep breath together as we pull a card from The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabby Bernstein. Love this deck for nice, simple messages. Here we go. Breathe in and release. What do we need to know? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Today's a day to find the light, to play in the light, and to know that the universe has your back, as the deck is so aptly named. The universe loves you. Leo is all about love. So feel into that love for yourself and feel into the love the universe is sending you every moment of every day. And I hope you can feel the love from this video too. We'll be back on our regular forecast weekday mornings next week, but because tomorrow is the start of Libra season, I am cooking up a fun little Italian live for you from Italy to kick off Libra season. So follow me on Instagram. I'll be announcing when that's happening, when you can join me in Italy, trying to figure out a time zone crossover where we can all be together. So Wi-Fi, fingers crossed, Wi-Fi is on my side and I can come to you live to kick off Libra season together. I hope you have a beautiful final day of Virgo season. I hope that you find time to play today. If you want a more detailed version of today's forecast, you can always find it at thespiritualjournalist.com. Come hang out with me and play on Instagram as well. I'm going to be leaning into that playfulness for sure today on my vacation. And if you found this video helpful, whether you're new here or one of my regulars, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep these videos coming to you for free every single day. Keep this astrological guidance leading you through life. I love you all. I'm so grateful for those of you who show up here, even when I'm not physically live here with you. You're all the best. And I'm just so grateful for all of your beautiful energy. I hope you have the best last day of Virgo season, the best Wednesday. And until I see you next, ciao and stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.